Good morning, wherever you are in the world. Where I am, it is the middle of spring, which to me means wildflowers. If you watch this channel, you'll know I've been planning chasing the wildflowers this year. And today we're going somewhere extremely special. I've actually been camped out at this spot with virtually no flowers at all, and that's mostly because I want to get the reaction of going to this place together. In the distance, I can see hillsides covered in flowers. I mean, covered in flowers, and I am so excited to get up close and see them all. So let's just not put it off any longer. I'm gonna hop in the driver's seat and we're gonna head out. So you're not actually allowed to shoot any drone footage near the plains because it is a protected space, but there are a lot of hills that are outside of Carrizo Plains that are just covered in flowers. So I am going to do a quick pit stop there to try to see if I can show you guys what this looks like, because it is insane. So the city of Bakersfield and this entire valley is used a lot for oil extraction. And so the flowers kind of stand out in sharp contrast. I grew up as a California resident, and we often joked about Bakersfield and how it wasn't the most savorable spot in California to visit. And so spring is really when this place comes alive, but you have to know where to look. Okay. I've stopped for a moment because I want to talk about picking wildflowers when it's okay and when it's definitely not okay. The place that we're headed to is a national monument. I'm still not revealing where we're going until we get there. And you never want to pick or step on flowers when you're in this place. It is a protected area, and it is also extremely fragile, in some part because so many people come to these places to enjoy the wildflowers. There are some places where you can pick flowers, and that is on public land. So on my road there are a lot of roadsides with plenty of flowers. Many of the species are the same as the ones that I'm going to see when I go to this protected area. And if there you want to pick one or two flowers and you know that it's public land, that's okay to do so. Again, a reminder to always only pick one or two, never pick a crazy amount, because we want to make sure that these populations can thrive in future years. I see some fiddlenecks right outside of my van, and I think I am going to pick one just so that I can press it, and then we're gonna keep on going. And we're off again. We're stopping again because I found another place I think that I can drone. There are poppies here, and I'm so excited. This is something you should know about botanists, is that it takes us about 1 million years to get anywhere because we are constantly stopping to look at different species. Let's see how many more times I stop in this 30-minute drive, shall we? I can't tell if my eyes are watering and my nose is sniffly because I'm just so happy and I already was crying, or if I'm just having a really strong allergic reaction. But this time I'm not stopping to stare at the view. I'm stopping because I am so hungry, and I am going to have a lunch of some leftovers that I roasted in my oven last night. I cannot be bothered with extra dishes, and so I will be eating directly out of the pan. Just being a cozy baby, eh? Yeah. This is the Carrizo Plain, the largest remaining native California grassland in all of California. It's protected now, but the reason that it survived so long without development is because this soil has been considered infertile, which basically means it's not very good for farming and agriculture, but it's not so infertile that it can't host a ton of native California species and all of the pollinators that help them survive. I've been here once before in 2017 when there was a massive super bloom that blew my mind, but there was an atmospheric flood that went through California this winter, and this year's super bloom is supposed to surpass even that. If you look behind me, it's pretty obvious to see why. I am so excited to be here. This is exactly where I am meant to be this time of year, and I just can't wait to keep exploring. I have a list of the most common native species here on the Carrizo Plain, and so I thought we would go over them. Monolopia lanceolata, common hillside daisy. Lasthenia californica, goldfield. Leia platyglassa, tidy tips. Nemophila menzizii, baby blue eye. Amsinkia species. There are a few here. I actually collected one of them before. That was Amsinkia tessellata. It's one of the more common ones, the higher, taller ones. Castelleja exerta, owl's clover. Calanthus inflatus. I can't wait until we see these. These are desert candles. Now we just gotta catch them all. This is Soda Lake. It's ephemeral, which means it's not here all the time. And I actually think that when I was here in 2017, it was completely empty, which goes to show just how good the rain year was. It's also so incredibly loud here with all of the crickets. And I actually think we're gonna lose light fairly quickly, and I do wanna find camp before it gets dark out and get comfy. So I think we'll do a lot more of our exploring tomorrow and enjoy this last spot today. It is really peaceful here. Good morning. We woke up in the most beautiful place in the world. I definitely want to do more exploring today, find more species, but first things first, I want to take Eliza for a walk and also take a moment to talk about today's sponsor, who I am so excited to be working with again, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of online classes and members across 150 different countries. As a self-employed videographer and artist, I struggle with time management and creative burnout, and so I'm really excited to continue exploring on Skillshare to help me gain better control of my career and creative paths, and also to make more time for things that fulfill me. Skillshare actually offers hundreds of career-focused classes, and this past week I took 2 of them. The first was Creative Breakthrough, 8 exercises to power your creativity, confidence, and career by Danielle Crissa, artist and author. And the second was 21 Days of Purposeful Productivity, Forming Habits for Long-Term Goals by Mike D. In Mike D's class, he offers a printable workbook and walks you through how to develop better habits. Filling out that workbook during class was really incredible. I don't have a printer, so I had to do it on scratch paper, but it made me feel like my goals are more attainable. And with his class in combination with Danielle Crissa's, I kind of feel unstoppable. So whether you want to explore your creative and career options, because traditional jobs are not for everyone, figure out what it takes to break into the creative industry, or find more productivity tips to power more you time, Skillshare is here for you. The first 1,000 people to click on this link, also listed in the description box below, will get a full free month trial of Skillshare. This is a full month access to Skillshare's entire class library, so you too can design a career to fit you or achieve a new goal of yours that you have this year. Thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video, and with that, let's get on to the rest. Hey. Do you wanna go for a walk? I commend van lifers who can do city life. I don't think I can do it. It's a crazy world we live in, and I'm really happy to be in this corner of it. example of how you can get pictures of yourself in the wildflowers without killing the wildflowers. I'm not sure if someone has stepped on this area in years past and that's why there's no flowers here, but if you're gonna try to do it on existing bare spaces, not on ones that have yet to be trampled. We're back at the van, and one of the reasons I'm really keen on exploring a lot more outside of just the fact that this place is a splendor is because I'm looking for this specific species called the desert candle. This is one of the few places I've ever seen it, and sometimes you can find it in a big patch, and so I really want to see if we can find it today. So without further ado, we're gonna pile in and go on a hunt. So I tried looking up where to find these plants all over Facebook and on Google, and I could not find a thing, but I do know that someone found a large patch. So with any luck, that will be us in very short time. But for now, I'm just gonna enjoy and take in the scenery. Okay, you guys, I just got intel. I stopped by the visitor center and I got a map. I was way too afraid to film inside as per usual, but I have intel that on Elkhorn Road right here, that's where we're going to be able to find Calanthus inflatus, the desert candle, and I'm so pumped. Let's go. Also, side note, I was definitely the youngest person in that building by probably like 40 years. To our left, I can see hillsides painted with flowers, and I'm pretty sure we're about to drive closer to them. Look at them from here. They're insane. I'm so excited. Like, look at that. It is crazy to me that people don't get excited about things like this. What is more exciting in this world than getting to see it at its peak? Literally at its peak. This is what the world once looked like before humans came. There were just freaking swaths of land that were covered in gorgeous neon flowers every single where you went. This is, I mean, come on. There was actually this guy who lives out here who did an interview about the super bloom this year, and he said he's pretty sure this is going to be the super bloom of his lifetime. Things like this don't just happen anymore, especially with how often California is perpetually in a terrible drought. So the fact that we're getting to experience this now is something so special. If any of you guys have a chance to go see some of your blooms in your state or your country or wherever you live, go take advantage of it. It's worth it. End rant! On our way there, I also just found our first patch of lupin. This is our road for the desert candles. Let's go! I just drove the entire length of Elkhorn Road, and I drove this part of 7 Mile yesterday, and I did not find the desert candle. I wonder if the peak bloom for desert candle already happened, or if they're just not right on the road and so they're hard to see. But I can't be driving around endlessly trying to find them because I only have about 1/3 of a tank of gas left, and I have to get out of this place eventually, and gas is not very nearby. So I think I have to give up. You guys, it's the day after I supposedly finished filming my video, but I'm just walking across this dry riverbed right across from where we're camping. You can see the van is way up there. And I just found Calanthus, the desert candle. Since this video is all about flowers and I happen to have the two that I recently picked on my way here, I thought I would share with you guys how to press your own flowers for future projects and keepsakes. Just a reminder, make sure you only pick flowers in places that you are legally able to do so and when there is a large population that you can choose from. If there are only a few flowers or even a dozen, you'll want to make sure that you leave them behind so that those flowers can reproduce and survive for future generations. The most important thing when it comes to wildflower pressing is to make sure that you have a dry space and make sure you have the right amount of pressure. I have this very fancy scientific flower press right here, but you definitely don't need one of these. It is just as well to have a heavy book that you can put your flower press into, and if you can put it back in a bookshelf or weigh it down with other books, that is perfect. I have so many memories in this press. There is an entire page of flowers from when I was in Austin, Texas, staying with my brother. There's an entire page of when I was traveling throughout Arizona last winter. There's an entire page from when I was in Crested Butte, Colorado, one of the happiest times of my life. It's so different than any journal or photo album that people have, but it instantly transports me back when I see these flowers that I've collected over the years. Oh, this is so cool. You want to treat them with extreme care because they're so fragile. They all stuck to the top of this one. This smells like old books. So all I'm going to do is lift this up to a page I haven't used before, and I am going to carefully place my flowers down in exactly the position I want them to be. And then I am very simply going to put the cover back on and bind it down with this strap. I actually have a species that I collected from Colorado. This is elephant heads, Pedicularis groenlantica, that I put into this book just because I didn't want to dig out my press. And all I did was use a paper towel. I put it in here, closed the book shut, and then I put it in the shelf. The sun is just about to set on Carrizo Plains, and I have a feeling that's going to be a sight to behold. This video has been such a joy to film. I'm so grateful that I got to show you guys Carrizo Plains, and in peak super bloom, this is truly a once-in-a-lifetime event. And the little flower child in me is squealing. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. That being said, I am going to sign off here. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. How is this? Beep, 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 beep. Whew, I'm so out of breath. Hello? Oh, this thing's blocking it. Eliza's thirsty. Am I in the shop? All from Carrizo Plain. Or sorry, what? I'm in Carrizo Plain. Or wherever you live in. Ooh, wow.